Namaskar, brothers and sisters. These words were told 50 years ago by one special guru from India, whose name is Sri Sri Anandamurti. And they stay strong up today, and it's about politicians. Let's hear what he said about them. I quote, "Today there is a catastrophe and misery in the human society, and there is one reason: defective leadership of society. People blindly follow even the unintelligent leaders. The leaders hypnotize and attract thousands with their toe talks, gestures, and other dramatics. You should know that the poverty and misery of people in any country are the sins of the leaders. True leaders should always be vigilant and think how to work best for the human society. They must be ever cautious that under their guidance the people are not led to darkness, death, and immorality. Those who proceed to play the role of leader in attempt to build a benevolent society without having undergone meticulous self-preparation and self-discipline through intuitional practice will not only bring about their own downfall, but will lead the entire humanity to disaster as well. Those who make attempts to disturb human unity are mainly motivated by group politics. In fact, this malady is even more dangerous than germs. It gradually brings about a complete destruction of the various attributes of the human mind: fine taste, simplicity, spirit of service, etc. In this, the party stamp is more valuable than individual ability. To politicians, the main objective is not social service, but the service of the self. Not welfare, but the ministry. To deceive the mass, to exhibit political acrobatics. All these are very common with them. Without trying to mend themselves, they want to do everything only through their eloquence. With understanding of the public, they instigate them to quarrel with one another, and by self-applause they want to take possession of or maintain power. People should remain vigilant of them. They want to poke their noses in every aspect of social life, religious life, education, literary spheres, etc. One cannot acquire knowledge and proficiency in different walks of life only by speaking high-sounding words from lecture platforms. By virtue of these high-sounding words, they want to remain in oblivion due to allurement of power. In all walks of present life, the dark shadow of immorality are fast taking definite shapes and hampering human progress. It requires a very strong moral force to wipe out this filth of immorality. One cannot expect this moral force from a government power functioning within a democratic structure. We must expect it from the non-political side. The government, be it fascist, imperialist, republican, dictatorial, bureaucratic or democratic, is sure to become tyrannical if there is no moral force to check the capricious activity of the leaders of the party in power. Jai Baba. It's so obvious that the things didn't change for the last 50 years and even longer, and will continue to be this way as long as the people comply with all these lies and submit to the clowns, psychopaths, and keep on believing what they say, keep on being fooled by their manipulation and their games, dirty games, and their tyrannical ways of keeping themselves on power and deceiving human society, enslaving them, keeping themselves rich and us poor. I've been saying for a long time, actually since 30th of January 2020, when this agenda was declared agenda, we know what we are talking about. I have to be very careful, by the way, the words I use, because my last video was censored and deleted. So we know what's happened for during these last 2 years with the false drama. People were told that some invisible enemy exists, some ghost bug, and they have to do some procedures to protect themselves. And I insist on saying that it was all fraud, it was all lie. It was not drama, it was not danger, it was all imaginary fantasy. And 99% of the people believed in that crap. Now suddenly the ghost bug disappeared. First I wanted to say that it was impossible that within 2 weeks they officially announced on 30th of January 2020 some huge danger for the humans, which is spreading from China. And within 2 weeks, all world was affected with that bug. That was impossible. Simply saying, how something can spread within 2 weeks all over the world. And now, this spring actually, the same enemy, the same ghost bug disappeared again within 2 weeks. Not to mention how it functioned during this period. Sometimes it was appearing and disappearing, was attacking people under 1.20 meters, below 1.20 meters, didn't. Until 8 o'clock in the evening, after 8 o'clock in the evening, it didn't. I mean, it was all nonsense. I mean, how somebody can be so stupid? Not even children are that stupid, innocent, to believe this nonsense. Now, they make step number 2, which is war, which is also part of the agenda, which is planned, which is fraud as well. There is no just war. There is no liberation from the dark force. The same dark force is doing this again by design. It's all arranged. Mr. Iho de Pu, President of Russian Federation, and Mr. Slappy J, so-called President of America, and all these other clowns are involved in this game. The point is that all politicians are pawns, clowns, marionettes of the force which is on the top of the pyramid. We heard about Council 300, but very few people know that there is another level, at the top. The Council of Druids, 12 plus 1, who are orchestrating all this drama, who are pushing this agenda for many, many years. And the only difference now is that they are not hiding anymore. They are not hiding their plans. They are not hiding themselves anymore. And in some way, that is good, because that could help people to awake, to realize that this is not a game anymore. This is not a joke anymore. They became so full of themselves. They became so cruel. They became so tyrannical. They became so open, into your face, because they know this is their last chance. But it is the last chance for us as well. So this is a big mess. Keep on going. This summer they will ease a little bit the measures and all that, like always they do. In September they will come with some new threats, new fears, new measures, maybe even new variant. And it's going to be funny. It's going to be funny. A lot of people who took the procedure, they will find themselves in very stupid situation that, those procedures are not valid anymore. They have to do it again. Unfortunately, many people are getting sick because of that. That is awakening the people as well. Many people are paying the consequence of being fooled, being stupid, believing all this propaganda, mainstream media. I'm sorry, I feel sorry for them. They should have been more cautious and more patient. Because now it was all in vain. Their life is jeopardized, their health is jeopardized, they didn't achieve anything, and they have to start again from zero and get more poison. Get more control over them. More fear. The ones who didn't swallow this crap, who were clever, more aware of the fraud of the agenda, have a better chance now to survive. But also they will be discriminated, they will be outcasted. But even that is better than to get sick or die. As long as you are healthy and free, you stand a chance. If you get trapped in their net, in their evil agenda, it's like a spider net. It's very difficult to get out. It's very difficult to break free. So I have a message for all these freedom fighters, spiritual warriors, Sadvipras, the spiritual moralists, to stand their ground, not to give up, to hold the line, not to fear anything, not to surrender, not to believe anything, as many people know that already. That's the first lesson we learned. Don't trust them. And keep on fighting to the bitter end. We'll see who is more powerful. Universe, Paramarupurusha, God, or dark occult, and black magic, which they are using. Yes, exactly that. This is a spiritual warfare, very, very spiritual warfare, where some secret knowledge is used as well, and occult practices. But there is a cure for it. People can protect themselves. And very, very simple, in a very simple way, very efficient way. Keep on believing in God, in light. Never lose your faith. Evil can never prevail. Evil can never win. Their desperate moves and actions to discourage us, to enslave us, will not last forever. Will not last forever. So brothers and sisters, stay strong, stay positive, never give up. I love you all.